Okay, hello everyone or no one, whatever. Day 3 of posting consistently, so I'm very proud of myself for that goal. Lots of lucid dreamings last night, so I feel like the dream realm for some of us is really starting to show us things. For the last 3 nights I've had very interesting dreams where I'm like trying to do new systems, or it has a lot to do with my career, and it seems like things don't work and things go missing and parts go missing. And then when I look at the story that I've had in my life, it definitely resonates with how I felt in those periods. So we're definitely dealing with, excuse me, a lot of reconciliation around our jobs and around our monies and about how we were treated. Man, last night though, I was roller skating the whole time in mine. It was so weird. I was working for my friends like sushi bar / bar, and they all had their own like sections of the restaurant where you would walk into it, and I was just roller skating around. I was like, oh, why is no one mad at me for roller skating? And I mean, I guess that shows that I'm excelling at some point now, in some way now, but I'm tired. I'm tired. The dream rest state that your body and mind is supposed to have, I don't know that I get that when I lucid dream. So if you're watching this and you lucid dream, can you let me know how you feel after 5 nights in a row, or one long one, or gosh, last night was just on and on and on and on. And it's interesting. I get into it and I still am participating. Like there's no way I can just go to sleep and not participate in what's happening on the other side. I guess I could try that. We'll see. Okay, moving on. First card today. Inspiration, creativity, source, touch. Perfect. I think that's what's happening for sure. I don't know that we're feeling it exactly the way that we're used to feeling it right now, because I just had the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups pop in my head, and very nostalgic, and I feel like there's something happening right now where we're overlapping with time frames from like the 90s to the 2000s, and it doesn't even have to do with fashion. I know it seems like, oh, really, we noticed like the Jinko jeans are out in hard fashion, and it's not that. Like something feels different. Like the air last night, it's monsoon season pretty much everywhere, but here in Utah we had a monsoon storm last night, and we kind of don't usually get hit with that time of the year. When we lived in Nevada, or when I lived in Nevada, I did. I've never really been around it anywhere else, and it was blowy and foggy, and I think a lot of that was my energy shifting and the quantum field shifting to me showing up and telling these stories on YouTube. Honestly, I genuinely do. So I went outside and I stood in it and I accepted it and I honored it, and it felt like good air, like before the world turned into whatever it is now, before all the systems are in place that we know, and before weather programming or whatever. You like, there's a lot of things we don't know crap about, and I don't know when these things happened or when they started, but something about how when I was younger and in these ages and in the 80s and stuff, things just looked brighter, things looked clearer, things looked more alive and smelt more alive, and I could smell it in the air, and my body recognizes it from whenever there's some type of loop happening back to the past, which is meeting us in our current state. And I feel for a long time we weren't inspired. There were a lot of people going through a lot of astrological shifts, not just myself. Huge shifts happening in people's charts, and I've noticed in the last 2 years, it seems like every big thing that happens is like, this never happens, this never happens, yo, this never happens either. Why is all this stuff all of a sudden happening that never happens? It's really interesting to look at. So oh, I love this card. This card says, touch, hold, smell, breathe, be in the moment. It was my intuition too to say, go stand outside, and me listening to my intuition and being open to that. So it's really beautiful that not only was it happening, but it was meant for me, and there's going to be a moment for you. when you're gonna feel something special like this, where you can go outside and it just feels good. It feels so good. So go touch grass, go sit under a rainstorm, go put your feet in a stream, go play at the kiddie pool, go for a swim, go to the lake. I mean, something is shifting. And I think the more that we observe it, the more concrete it becomes. I think life or quantum field or whatever it is will present you with something. And if you take it or reject it, that leads the path wherever it's going to lead. So if we're getting these gifts and these moments of, just feels so good. Why not go recognize them and say, I was given this gift. Oh, I'm so thankful for this gift. Instead of, the other day was pretty. I don't know, that felt weird, but next thing I got was soft love, feeling seen, that home feeling. Yeah, wow, I don't even have a lot of these types of cards in this deck. This is kind of weird. It's never weird, it's always magical, but soft love, feeling seen, and that home feeling. That's what it is. And yesterday I talked a lot about how I think a lot of people have been feeling like it's just like tension, hard, conflict, and just like things that should be normal and day-to-day stuff. And I've been up against like quite a few people quite rapidly, and I didn't really finish that thought. It's like, I think we're given an opportunity to kind of get through the bullshit, and then we get an award phase, and then we send another couple tests all at once really quick, and then we get a reward phase. So I think we are currently being rewarded. And I don't know, if you're not good at accepting gifts and good at things like that, like, please work on that. I sucked at taking compliments too, not for a long time, but I don't know. You don't know how people see you. You don't know how people feel you. And honestly, you don't know how the universe sees you, and you don't know how God sees you. So if he's giving you gifts, probably pretty proud of you. A warning, and a warning comes up. So even though the past is coming up and it's nostalgic and it's nice, a lot of the times your body, your cell, your mind, your neuropaths can't help but start to think and romanticize things from the past, which include people who are no longer meant to be on your path. So this card says old friends, trauma / habit buddies. So this is like, I don't know if this card is for me, but recently I've wanted to like have someone to go to lunch with and have someone to take to my job because they gave us some money that we can spend because we've been working hard. And so I'm thinking, who do I take? Can I take myself? Can I use both me and my buddy's past to spend? Can I do it twice? Because I don't know who to take. And it kind of wears on my heart, but I know that I'm so much better off without these people. And I used to try to go back and revisit things because I would be sad. Why did people leave me? And I tell you, the way I went screaming, crying, running away from these people in the end, the way they triggered my soul, that they had stayed who they are and I had become someone completely different, by choice or not. You know, I'd say romanticize it and then be grateful for it. And you don't have to remember the bad to like not want to go back to it, but just kind of leave it where it is and say, I'm thankful for what it was. And I'm thankful for more blessings and greater people to come into my life that understand me better and my tribe. So there's a way to handle these emotions in a way where you don't get sucked back in. You don't have to backtrack, you don't have to regret, but you can also show so much gratitude. And just like sending love around in the universe is such a cool thing to do. I did it this morning while I was half asleep, sending it to people I didn't think I would be sending my love to. And I don't know, some new connectivity is happening, or like I feel like some old coding is being laid on the current code. I can't quite put it into words. Exactly. Do not reach out to your old friends and acquaintances. Please do not. Pause. Don't act. Gather data. So whatever the signs are showing you is, it might not be these people, these places, these things, but something inside of you that you haven't felt in a long time. Yeah, my whole inside just like felt clear and clean right then. And that's something that I had to work on so hard. And I used to try to find that feeling from other people, and I never once did. Not once. It's not there. The only person who can create that feeling inside myself is me. And knowing that helps me have these nostalgic moments, and then it helps me pause and say, cool, I lived that, and I'm living this life. Every day is a new life. Like, I feel like every day we have so many paths that we can take too. Like, you wake up and you could have ended up being 30 different versions of yourself that day. So when you kind of keep being the same version, that's kind of lame too. I don't mean to say lame. I don't mean to call you lame if that's what you're doing, but if you're feeling stuck, it's a big sign too. So going to the past is not going to unstuck you from that mud at all. It's not. So just a warning here. And keep believing in you. Keep believing that you have what God has given you on the inside. We have sunflower, confidence, and sunshine. Perfect. Perfect for summer vibes. And yeah, this summer, it's been playing with me a little. I've never been happier. I've truly never been happier, but I've also never quite been so alone. And when I say alone, I've also never been so unalone. Like, I love myself so much right now. And I was constantly trying to do and feed and see and show up and be active and be included. And that's what I thought, like, that good feeling I had in my body. I guess I didn't know if that was what was going to come from it, but I think that's what I was searching for. Yeah. I mean, it's been a hard, long road for all of us. Anyone listening to this message, it's been hard. I want to get emotional, but finally I'm not getting emotional, so I kind of want to celebrate that I'm not actually emotional. I just could be if I wanted to. Look how sad and downtrodden things have been. Things. In my last video I talked about 2 videos ago, this is not that. And just saying this is not that is so simple to let your body, your quantum field, your spirit know that you are not allowing past trauma to creep into the current situation. Whatever this is, it's not that. This is not that. And this is not that. This fresh start is not leading us back to this. And I know I've had a fear in the back of my mind that it is. But it's not. This is different. Something about this is truly a reset that happened. They talk about the 9 and the year of the horse and all these things that have shifted this year. Like, I'm talking about, like, the astrological shifts have been really big ones. If you don't know, there's been a lot of really big ones. So I understand why this popped out 110%. So Spirit's telling me to tell you to hug yourself. I do weird stuff. Let's not talk about weird stuff that I do. Things that I do to calm myself is I coo. I will coo or hum. That wasn't humming. Sorry, I don't know if that was a and I'll do it while I'm hugging myself. Or I'll place my hand around my neck and lean in and hug myself. And I'll talk in a very sweet tone. And I'll hum, and I sing songs. I rewrite songs so that they're silly and they make me laugh, and that makes me feel loved and happy. And there's a trick for cortisol, because I had a cortisol pregnancy belly after a lot of really traumatizing situations. That's finally gone. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself, because realistically, that's like, your body wants to know that, like, it's safe to exist, not survive, just exist. And so for a long time, I'd put my feet up the wall. You stick your butt all the way up. Honestly, I'd do it right here. Put my butt all the way up and have my feet above the headboard, and I'd pull up a laptop and watch a show or listen to something, but I'd just sit there and let my feet get cold. And as the blood rushes down into your body, it lets your body know that it's safe, because this isn't a common position to be in. To be able to have your feet up means that you're in a safe place. And so your intestines and your brain and your stomach and your heart get all this blood that would normally be not stagnant, but moving through your legs. And something about it just makes your body so happy. And it helped calm my breath. And I tap. My dad helps me with tapping. I've been fortunate enough to have my dad help. So one thing that helps is when I start crying and I get really, really, really strong cries. Like I had one the other day that just like took over. I just say, I feel sad, or like whatever the basis of the emotion. You tap right there, tap right here, tap right here, tap right here, or right here, tap right here, tap between your chest. There's quite a few. I've seen a lot of people do it differently, and it just depends on what I'm feeling to what I tap on. And I tell you, I've practiced this though. So I've practiced this to a point of like dealing with some really, everybody has stuff, I know, not saying mine is more than yours or less than yours, I don't know, but like heavy stuff. And I've practiced it so that like after I honestly go through one, I feel calmer. It might take you a few times, but it's really important that we let go of the idea that this is the only thing that we're gonna end up with. Because it's not. Things have changed. That emotion finally came up. This is not that. This is not that. Let's see what else I gotta say. I did not expect to talk about that at all. And it can build a sword around us. Our mind can build a cage around us. Eight of Swords popped up. You can see this person has built their own cage of their own swords, which their swords, this isn't my astrology today. The swords should be there to protect you, not to keep you in, not to build a wall, to keep things out. The swords at one point were probably needed. I don't believe that's where we are anymore. Look up, look around. What are the swords you keep around you that are telling you, oh, yeah, whoever I'm reading right now, it's crazy how you can go through such a similar circumstance as someone else, but yet it's completely different details and places and people and stuff. It's so crazy. So it's okay to believe in abundance again too. I've been working on this big time, but it's okay. I'm a millionaire. My money just hasn't shown up yet. I'm a millionaire. My money hasn't shown up yet. I don't need to hoard anymore anytime I go to spend something. And I'm even dealing with medical bills, even after being out of work, after an injury, after starting over because I'm narcissist after narcissist after narcissist, just thinking I'm supposed to pay their way in life. Like, how I tell you I've started over too many times in my life isn't enough. And it's hard to believe that it can be good and it can be flowy, but when I think back, I was making great money. I was hustling a lot, and that's not how I want to make my money anymore. But now I'm open to universe surprise me with new money, put opportunities in front of me that are silly or weird, and those are the things that give me the most. Like even just starting this channel, it's kind of like, hey, I know I'm magical, and I know that I help people. So how cool would it be if I could find a way to have extra income doing something that I love, because I can't talk with everyone like this. Like I have a few people in my life that I can talk to like this, but not really. And so doing this and creating income, that's a win-win. Looking for win-wins when it comes to money. Expecting more money to be in your bank account than there usually is, or more than you thought there was. There's always more than you need at the end of the day in your bank account, or expecting to find money in different places. And I talked about this before in my last video. Sorry, I need to work on finishing my thoughts. I talked about this in my last video, like finding abundance in weird places. Like one week my food was taken care of, and then in a different week I had different food taken in, and that's abundance. That's abundance. It doesn't always have to be money. It can be love, it can be happiness, it can be safety, abundance of safety and security, and these things are all so important. And money's great. But and then I decided I was going to start doing this for real, finally, after a long time of sitting on it. I'm also going to start an art channel, and I went to buy a camera after looking so many times, and it's just like, oh, $20 off, $20 off, $20 off. And I'm like, well, I want something really nice for my price range. Really nice. And boom, $200 camera for 60 bucks with a coupon on top of the sale. It's there. You just gotta be open to it. And simply the fact of being open to it creates it. And then it has to figure out how it's gonna show up. But it's been created. You've decided this is happening. You're getting abundance. You're getting deals. You're getting free stuff. You get people help you with your car repairs. Whatever it is, you're getting that. So this is no longer that. She's holding on so tight to her coins. And she should, because people were trying to frickin' stick them. Frickin' steal them, sorry. Frickin' dyslexia. Oh God, do I resonate with you guys? Okay. These guys know this isn't a reading for me, so they know my entire intention. They know. Oh. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and just smile because this card is exactly right. This is no longer that, but you wanna know what this is? This? A fresh start, baby. A fresh start. Those blues make me feel so good. Oh my gosh, I love those blues. And the earth and the plants and the vegetation and the hot pot of gold in the middle of the hot pot of gold. That's just your first one. So look, every day people say, count your blessings and count your this and count your that. And I had to find my ways that worked for me to do that. It wasn't always comfortable for me to like write down 7 things that I'm grateful for. You really have to force it if you're not comfortable with it. You really do. So maybe this would be a fun one. What were your 3 pots of gold every day? What were your 3 pots of gold? Where did you find abundance in your life? And then say, thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, me. Thank you, little me inside. Thank you, quantum field. Thank everything. Thank everything. The way thinking everything like makes me feel so nerdy, but it feels so right. And after doing it so long, it's like, imagine all the times the universe has given you what you want, and in the end you get it. I just saw a post about this. In the end you get it, and it's not what you wanted at all. Or instantly, the want gets replaced with another want. So what's the point if it's never enough? Like, imagine how used God feels right now, or the universe, what have you, whatever your belief is. There are so many people, including myself for a long time, who was getting exactly what I asked for, and I would be so mad about it. Not knowing that I was like manifesting really bad things because of what my spirit and my beliefs and my thinking errors were bringing me. Also, you can't help other people, but for whatever reason, crazy people would like, they just love me. Crazy people love me. And so I can only blame myself so far. You know, when people say, oh, you manifested that bad life, or you need to take accountability sooner. Yeah, but I was surviving. It was like staying alive. So I'll take accountability when the time is right. You know? And so, I don't know. Saying, imagine after a month, you've said, oh God, I really got a math, 90 times, basically. 90 times. Oh. You said 90 times. Something that you're grateful more than you would have said something that you were grateful for. And don't say it in a prayer. Don't say it like that. Just like, say it like you're talking to your homeboy. I tell you, that's the trick. Like, you got to make friends with the things in your life that are trying to support you. 2 cards that ended in my hand out all of that. The first one was, and it shows the power of the tongue. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The power of the tongue, and the power of doing it with authority, and the power of doing it not in a praying way, like please, please bless me, and just saying, no, this is coming to me, and I deserve this, and I'm gonna appreciate it and not mishandle it when I get here, and then I'm gonna be grateful for it on top when it gets here, except outside of even mishandling it. So like, bro, I'm so deserving of this blessing. The power of the tongue, the Queen of Swords, she is feisty. Let it be known. Let it be known. Speak on what you are grateful for all the time. And say it out loud. And say it in the moment. And say it to the thing. Like, at one point, I thought, I will tell it. Okay. So I'm going to tell part of it. We're going to tell the whole story. At one point in my life, when I was going through the hardest mental shift that I've ever had, and taking that accountability and deciding, okay, if I'm going to be accountable, where do I start? I decided I started with my life, because I didn't feel a lot of love in my life. My life felt sad and dark. And I decided that I was going to live as if I was living in the Beast castle of Beauty and the Beast. And I just started talking to everything in my apartment like it's alive. I feel it right now that everything in the apartment just went, yes, she does. And so if I make something on the oven, I say, thank you, pan. Thank you, oven. I appreciate this dinner. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for you. Or if I sit outside, I go, no, I love you, apartment. Or if I'm leaving, I'll say, okay, apartment, I'll see you later. Or if I haven't been out front because I've been vegging after bar shifts for 2 days, and I go out front, I'll like pat the wall and be like, I love you, everything out here. I'm sorry, I'm just slowly dying in my bed. But I talk to my apartment. I haven't named anything, I guess, but something about it brought life to my apartment again. And even the things that were sad, or the things that were from past places that shouldn't have been here, old energy, negative energy, abusive energy, anything like that, like a lot of that got cleared out. So now it's my stuff. We hang out. And even if it's disorganized or whatever, I still love it. And it knows that I love it. And it knows that I appreciate it. And it has changed. I can't quite put it into words, but it's changed things for the better. And what comes out of the darkness you've got another chapter in you. You've got another scene. You've got another book to write. This isn't your final story. The curtains aren't being called. That's what I just saw. It was like theater. There's so much more life left to live. And it's going to be a story that you can't imagine because you aren't supposed to imagine it. You can start to imagine it, which we'll probably talk about in another reading. So subscribe, like, share if you're enjoying this content. I would appreciate that so much. But you don't have to know what this chapter is. And moreover, you shouldn't, because if this is the collective that I think it is, you don't even have the right expectations to understand what's coming. And that's okay. That's not your fault. It's not your fault. But that path has played out, and that path has ended. And so you've gone to a completely different place. Like, imagine you're on vacation and you go somewhere. You don't know what it's going to look like, smell like, feel like. You can start to imagine it, and I hope you do, with good energy and good intention of showing yourself that life can be better. But this is not your final curtain call. There's a whole another story to be lived, and I don't care how big your first story was, or how hard, or how much attention it drew, or whatever. Like, this one's gonna be better, but in a totally different way, and in a way where, how do I say this? The plot twist is gonna have a whole bunch of people interested, and people will be interested, but I don't know that you'll share it. You might be so happy that you get to a point where posting online doesn't matter anymore. Can you imagine being one of those people that's so happy that they like rarely post online? I laugh at myself right now because I do, and I will. And it was attention seeking for a while, or like trying to stick up for myself, or trying to fight the life that was being presented to me. You know, I would be like, imagine not even wanting to have a social media. Your life is so happy, and everything you have is in your life, and it's in your range, and you don't. It's something that I have not had, so it's hard for me to describe, but I can feel it. So anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. I love you guys so much. This is not your final curtain call. This is not the last act. There is so much more coming, and I know it's been hard. This is going to be a theme for a while, but I need you to start believing in something you can't see yet. and believing in something amazing coming. And you don't have to put specific things on it, but focus on the emotion, focus on what you feel inside. Do you feel happy? Do you feel silly? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel warm? Those are the types of energies that when you think about your future, we're going to want to bring in. So catch me on the flip side. I want to go to the pool. This is my work outfit, by the way. Do you guys like my cute, let's see if you guys can see it. My cute girly pops. It's not as cute as I thought it would be, but it's cute enough. So, all right, y'all. We'll see you soon.